Hey guys, we're here with my boy Murat, who finished top 8 at Niagara Regionals. It was your first regional ever, and you topped with Branded Despia. What are your thoughts on the deck?
I was confident going into it. I think people disrespect Pure Branded a bit too much. We are not too positioned into the meta, but some of the top tier decks like Unchained and Tier Limits, I feel very confident against. Purely is a bit more mid. And Labyrinth is a bit more mid. But yeah, against the rest, I feel somewhat comfortable. And yeah, if you want, we can get into it.
Awesome. Well, actually, I just want to also give you these Team Sam sleeves. You can use my code for 10% off. But anyways, let's just get to the list then.
Thank you. Most of it is very standard, so I'm not going to explain everything, you know. This stuff is very standard. 3 Albaz. I don't think anyone's really discussing how many Albazes to play. This is the heart and soul of the deck. My goal is not to really resolve Branded Fusion, but use Albaz to break boards. I love this deck because board breaking is really integrated into the deck.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I find there are 2 separate engines, right? One is the Albaz engine, which is this one. The other is the Alibur engine. I find the Albaz engine gives a lot more depth to the deck. This is what I try to play against. I play a 46 card deck. That's why I'm playing 2 Albions, because an Albion and a Cartesia is full combo. Guiding Quem and a Albion is also full combo. And obviously Bestials and either one of these are also most likely full combo. So I'm just trying to increase the consistency. I really haven't bricked during the 8 rounds of Swiss at all. One duel only, I drew 3 branded openings in my opening hand. That was the only brick, but again, I had then access to Branded Fusion. So yeah, and also I find siding out is a bit difficult because the engine is so hefty in Despia. So playing 2 of these allows me to have a card that I can easily side out for the game 2 and 3. I was very hesitant in Dark Magician and Dragoon package, but then I just saw other people playing it, and time was a problem really without it, and this really saved me a couple games against Fluenderies and against Unchained. Actually, my opponent took 10 minutes to finish his turn, and I was about to lose, and I summoned Dragoon in time, and burned my opponent to finish the game. You know, in the ideal world, I wouldn't need it, but when the top decks in the format can set 4 cards with one monster, or can draw 3 cards and recycle with Runic Fountain, I don't really find this too much more toxic than the other stuff. Really, only hand traps I play beside 1 Imperm. I just want to keep it as tight of a engine as possible. This I like because a lot of decks I find are trying to pop off during my turn as well. That bugs me more than them doing their own stuff during their own turn, because realistically Ash Blossom isn't going to stop anything on its own. But with the Albaz being a board breaker on its own and playing Super Poly, slowing down my opponent enough and then breaking their boards is a lot easier of an approach. I'm on Maximus.
Did you like it?
I liked it. It saved me games. There was a Dragon Link matchup where I didn't have any openers besides an Nadir Servant, and then this just let me set up a full board almost. I also went for a game against Fluenderies with Dogmatica Maximus by just special summoning it. You know, I think it's good. I sided out against some decks. Going second almost always sided out as well. But going first, it's good to have the insurance. These are pretty standard stuff. Deployment, opening. Opening, sometimes I search off Alibur instead of Branded Fusion. If my hand dies to Ash Blossom and I don't have anything else, it's safer to get Quem on the board and then go plays off that. So yeah, this is really the luxury card. When this resolves, I haven't lost a game. So it's just good to have, but this is sort of last option to have. Once I have Quem and Cartesia on the board, then I feel really confident resolving while playing this, and if it doesn't get resolved, it's okay. a lot of games I haven't even gotten to resolve Branded Fusion. So this is gonna be our expensive insurance package, as well as 2 Nadir Servants. I'm only on 2 because I don't like to see this going second. A lot of decks just put up such strong boards that locking myself out of extra deck is just doesn't cut it. Thrusts didn't do as much work as I hope it would have. And Talents, I actually only got to use once, I think, even though I love this card. And I used it against Unchained to control their Caesar. My opponent, chained the red dog, summoned the red dogs, sacrificing the Caesar, and then I had to control the red dog, which Fiend locked me actually, so I locked myself up the only time I resolved triple T's. I play 1 Foolish. I don't play Gold Sark. I don't like cards that do just one thing in the deck, and Gold Sark, Banishing, Mercurier, I don't love. With this I can send Gimmick Puppet as well, or Soranir as well, or the main deck Albion, so there's a lot more stuff I can do, I feel like. So I just play Foolish, and then it gets sided out going second. Cold Buy again, part of the insurance package. Used it a couple times, even going second it's good, just as a good interruption. The reason Branded stays relevant, really, and I look at this as my 4th super polymerization. Not only it breaks board, but it allows me to not get targeted by my opponents. Cards like Unchained Dogs or Rescue Ace board, these are key to play against. Branded in red, standard, and then Fusion Dub. I think at this point these are all standard. Only 1 in perm because just an option for Triple Tactics Thrust, and it actually came in handy between 1 in perm and 1 droplet.
Oh, I see.
I have I like the having the options, different options. I'm very happy with my main deck. I won 4 local tournaments in a row leading up to this tournament, so I was very comfortable with the main deck. The only thing I would change would be maybe in my extra and definitely in my side deck, so let's get into those. This I might have changed. I played it once. I find it's good for Super Poly. Branded in red, I usually don't go for this. Branded in red was really to make Albion the Sanctifier Dragon to gimmick lock people. Other than that, it didn't do too much work. So this, maybe I could play a Coritis, which I don't play, because instead of Coritis, I play Masquerade, puts insane amount of pressure on my opponent. I defeated Tearlaments 2-0 because of this card, basically, and that puts up good work against Fluandries as well. Sanctifier, self-explanatory. With a deck with Nadir Servant, this is just indisputable. Also, if I get Ashed on my Branded Fusion, summoning Cartesia and Quam, summoning Cartesia, dumping this, and summoning Quam to have interruption on my opponent's turn is a very good option, I find. Rinbrum makes Mirror Jade 2-card interruption if I have Albaz in the graveyard. So this combo I really like. Albaz becomes a board breaker on my opponent's turn, which is one of my main tactics, really, which is why I can play without Branded Fusion resolving times to time. So I play 2 of these. I don't know how certain decks do it with just 1. My main goal is to put Mirror Jade on the field, and if it gets outed, summon another one with Albaz in the graveyard. This was the GOAT time card, and really my main option going under Shifter. It just saved me way too many times. I think these are self-explanatory. This really saves you against Rescue Ace, I find. I used this against Rescue Ace during my locals. I should have used it on my 8th match in the regionals as well. It would have probably saved me the game. Self-explanatory. This as well. I wish I could play multiple. And yeah, my only Grand Guignol target is Lilith. Yeah, just with the Nadir package, it makes sense. As I said, sometimes I missed Coritis. I don't play Chimera, if you noticed. Chimera, I find, first of all, very susceptible without having polymerization in the deck. A bunch of times I used it, just got negated. And yeah, I just don't want to have to banish my own cards because I get so much recursion off the graveyard I keep playing. So I kept this instead of the Chimera as a branded in red target, and occasionally Super Poly, but yeah, I might get rid of this as well. I don't know about that one. But really, this is pretty solid. My side deck is a bit more iffy. Puts in a lot of work. I only play 2 because I don't love seeing 3 of it. And some of the matchups that this really puts in work, my opponent plays Shifter. So I definitely don't want to see 2 of these. But between like seeing this and Ash Blossom on a turn 2 play against whomever, it just makes me feel very confident. Most underwhelming card of the side maybe. I think I resolved it once and I still lost the game. It's still an insurance option. I think seeing this even discarded makes my opponent play a bit more reserved, so then Super Poly makes a lot more damage. So maybe I might play 2 of this. I don't like the idea of having 3 of hand traps, just because I don't like drawing 2 of them, and then they're dead. So I might go just for 2 next time. I had a flex spot, so I did Pancratops. It's a good exchange with SP. I like Magnemite because, it searches any dragon in the deck, so that I don't play 2 Druid Form, but 1 Magnemite as a searcher and then 1 Druid Form. I cannot side this out at all because this deck, as strong as it is, it dies to a lot of different floodgates. So this is also a good going first option. These guys are my thrust targets, and I love hard throwing them as well. Yeah, I would not take them out. I was scared of Pearly, so I played Herald of the Abyss. And then this might be controversial. I myself don't think that we have a good matchup against Labyrinth with them recycling Dimensional Barrier. So this is my extra copies of Ash Blossom basically because it negates Big Welcome, which is the most damaging card. Although I didn't play against any Labyrinth decks, so the one deck that really got me was Infernoble going first. So not maybe, for sure actually next tournament I play this deck. I play 2 Lava Golems because there's no way I'm beating an Infernoble board going second with the way this deck is built. So Lava Golem against Fluanderies would work. I can't use my normal summon against Fluanderies anyways with the map on the field. It would work mostly against Rescue Ace as well. So I really like the position of Lava Golem in this deck. Maybe side out even an Albur or 2. So I have my normal summon. And then I just play off Fusion Deployment and Lava Golem against those decks.
Amazing. Well, thank you again for the deck profile. Congrats again, your first regionals, and you topped. Any last shout outs?
Shout out to you for being such a positive presence. I think this was my most positive Yu-Gi-Oh experience actually. A lot of people were very enthusiastic and very kind, and I wish to see more of it in the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.